Hi, today we're answering the biggest questions about UAE Corporate Tax with John Casey, Managing Director of TaxReady.
Hi.
Hi, John. So I've just set up a new company and it's not operational yet. Do I have to even worry about corporate tax?
So every company needs to comply with the corporate tax compliance steps. So it doesn't matter what your business is doing. It doesn't matter if it hasn't started operations yet. It doesn't matter if it's inactive. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have a bank account. None of that matters. You still need to go and register for corporate tax. You need to do your accounting. You need to file a tax return. And if you don't do that, then quite significant penalties can be applied.
What about if my profit is below 375,000 dirhams? Do I have to pay tax? Does tax apply to me in this case?
Yes, so there is a difference between a company that needs to comply with corporate tax, which is every single company, versus a company which actually ends up paying corporate tax. And a company which makes less than 375,000 dirhams of profit or taxable income won't have to pay any tax. So they still need to go and register and do accounting and file a tax return, but that is to prove that they don't have to pay corporate tax because they're under that threshold. And there are, of course, other exemptions available as well.
So what about if I register late? Who can apply for the late registration penalty waiver?
If you have missed your registration deadline or you've already incurred that penalty, a company can get that waived by filing their very first tax return within 7 months of the end of their first tax year. So their very first tax year, you've got to file it by July in most cases.
Is any free zone company eligible for corporate tax exemption?
No, free zone companies aren't automatically exempt from corporate tax. However, there are exemptions available for free zone companies. And that depends on the activity that the company is doing, and in some cases, whether they are only trading within free zones. Now, that is where it's really important to get proper tax advice, ideally as you start your business, but of course, it's better late than never to get this advice in place so that you can take advantage of those exemptions.
So I'm a shareholder in my business. Is my salary a deductible cost?
Yes, salaries are a deductible expense, even when they are paid to a shareholder, but when they are being paid to a shareholder or a director or any sort of officer or any connected person really, the amount of the salary that is paid can be looked at by the tax authorities, and it needs to be a reasonable amount. It needs to reflect market value of that employment arrangement, of that salary. So you can't just jump in and pay a huge salary and wipe out all your profits. It's got to be something realistic and arm's length or market value.